Hey guys, welcome to Let's Talk Gaming. We're going to review a movie, and that movie is The Merc with a Mouth. It's Deadpool. Warning, this is a movie review. There may be some spoilers ahead, but then what do you expect from a movie review? Okay, so Deadpool is not your regular superhero film, mainly because he's an anti-hero who hacks people to death with his swords and shoots people in the face with his guns. But that is exactly why we love him. Also, every now and then, he's breaking the fourth wall, which is comedy genius and does not get old no matter how many times he does it throughout the film. Right off the bat, you have the credits scene, and normally when you have opening credits you have, like, I don't know, Ryan Reynolds and things like that, you know, to tell you which actors are in the film, and obviously the order that they're in shows the relevance that they are to the story. Well, in this one, they're really comical phrases as opposed to the actor's names, so it's like a really handsome dude and a massive CGI guy. I'm sort of like paraphrasing, but it sort of sets the tone for the rest of the movie, which is really cool because you can tell straight off the bat this isn't going to be serious at all. Before we get to the movie, let's quickly cover the marketing. In a previous video I did say that if this film is half as good as the marketing is, then it's going to be superb. Well, I can tell you the marketing paid tribute to the film so well, and it did not disappoint at all. If you haven't seen the film, I don't know why you're watching this review, go watch the film because honestly you're cheating yourself out of a great experience. But the marketing was superb and so was the film, considering it was on a very, very low budget when you compare it to other superhero films. But they also have said that because they're on such a low budget, they had lots of freedom to do whatever they like, and this really came through within the film. You could tell they had the freedom. You can tell that they were sort of like told, you know, if you can improvise or you can ad-lib a scene, it'll make it that little bit better. And you can see that some of the actors in some of the scenes are just absolutely bouncing off each other, and it just makes for an absolutely fantastic experience. And I tell you now, I cannot wait for the added scenes, the bloopers, all the scenes that were deleted from the final take that's going to be on the Blu-ray and DVD editions, because it is going to be so funny. I'm actually almost more looking forward to the deleted scenes and the bloopers than I am owning the actual film for myself. One of the best scenes in the film has to be something that you've probably already seen if you haven't seen the film in the trailer, which is the highway scene. It is so brilliantly choreographed, so brilliantly cinematographically recorded. It's just absolutely brilliant. The action is fantastic, the humour is fantastic. It introduces the X-Men. There's two in this. The chick's name evades me. She's got a really long, awesome name. But you've also got Colossus, who is a massive brute. And one of my favourite scenes was on the highway scene, where basically Deadpool fights Colossus, and because he's made out of, I don't even know what he's made out of, like titanium or some shit. When he hits him, he breaks one hand, hits him with the other hand, breaks the other hand, and it's like, oh, even the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex. Turns around, goes to kick him and just fucks his leg, and he's just like all floppy and shit, all broken. It's just absolutely brilliant, because obviously in, say, like the Avengers, for example, not dicking on the Avengers, but if they were to punch someone like that, it would just sort of like be like poof, and they'd be like, oh god, what was that? You know, you wouldn't have the whole break and the whole realism, and just fantastic. You know, it just really shows that if you push a superhero film to be R-rated, to have broken bones, to have blood and guts and shit, it still works, as they had a $58 million budget, and so far they're up to $500 million profit, revenue, whatever you want to call it, you know. So it just shows, maybe push the boundaries a little bit in future superhero films like this one did, because Deadpool was just a breath of fresh air. It really was, and I really hope to see future installments of superhero films, especially DC, because they're known for being darker, to try and push the boundaries just that little bit for us audience who are getting a little bit bored of 12A or PG-13 superhero titles. Ryan Reynolds is absolutely perfect for this role. It was like he was born to be Deadpool. You can see his passion for the character just comes through, but the thing is, what makes Ryan Reynolds brilliant is that it's so much of him and his own personality and his own mannerisms just put straight into this character. So that's why I say I think he really was born to do this role. Much like Hugh Jackman, you know, you just think Wolverine. Well, now it's going to be Ryan Reynolds. You're going to think Deadpool, you know. And a funny little extra tidbit was at the end of filming, he had his Deadpool costume on and he just went home. And they're like, what, are you allowed to take that? And he was like, well, I'm not being funny, I've put 10 years into trying to get this film off the ground. There's no way I'm not leaving with a costume. So you contrast that with Ben Affleck and Batman. He asked if he could take the Batman costume home after film was done for Batman vs Superman. They said, yeah, but you'll have to give us $100,000. You know, so that's sort of like the difference of these high budget, you know, movies where money's important and all that, and then you've got the low budget film where there's so much freedom and Ryan Reynolds is clearly in the driving seat and it's just like, fuck it out, it's my movie, it's my costume, fuck you, which is absolutely awesome. Another highlight for me in this film has to be the amount of times Deadpool takes the piss out of the X-Men, out of other film franchises, out of his own acting ability. There's a fantastic scene where he basically tells everyone that the only reason Ryan Reynolds has as many movie roles as he does is because of how attractive he is and not his ability to act. He basically dicks on his own acting ability, which I think personally, I do it myself, I think the best gags are the ones where you're able to take the piss out of yourself, where you're able to laugh at yourself, you know, rather than try and take the piss out of someone else. I think it's just absolutely brilliant. But he talks about all sorts of films. He goes from, you know, taking the piss out of the X-Men to taking the piss out of his own film to taking the piss out of like Taken 1, 2 and 3, you know. He's sort of like, you know, Liam Neeson maybe is just a bad father if his daughter's been taken 3 times, you know. It's just really funny, really out of the box kind of thinking, you know. It's absolutely fantastic. But there is one scene that is absolute gold because it's exactly what the audience are thinking. Every time there's this shot of the massive mansion for the X-Men and there's only ever 2 X-Men in it, and Deadpool addresses that directly. It's like, you know, I come here in this massive mansion and there's only ever 2 of you home, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what we've been thinking. And he says, oh, maybe it's because we didn't have enough money in the budget to pay for more X-Men. This is like, oh, so that's actually why you only have 2 fucking X-Men, you know. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Love the way he takes a piss out of himself, takes a piss out of his own film, takes a piss out of his own career, takes a piss out of everyone else. It's just a brilliant film. The fourth wall breaking is brilliant. It's fresh, it's something new, it's something much needed in the genre, and I cannot wait for Deadpool 2. I'm so thankful that it has been announced and confirmed. And I think it's going to be a great film just like the first one was. But yeah, so that was Deadpool. Absolutely fantastic experience. Please go and watch it yourself. You will not regret it. I know I'm going to go watch it again, that's for sure. So yeah, that's Deadpool.
Right, so that was our review of Deadpool. Keep it here for everything nerdy and gaming. Let us know how you feel in the comments. Did you like the film? What's your favourite Marvel character? What would you like to see in the next film? Follow us on Twitch TV at Dudey Rhino, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, like I said, at Dudey Rhino. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching and bye bye for now.